You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. Go. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Go. Don't waste no time.
So normally I like to have a little, introduction and talk and, all that kind of stuff. I feel like this one, I don't want to talk for so long. I feel like this is probably one of the most special episodes we will ever do. And people are like, what does that even mean? Like, how can it be that special? But even before we started, the grin on Charlie's face was, I'm not even going to talk anymore. Charlie, how are you?
What's up, Kadeem, man? Listen, so Kadeem just said we had some pretty good episodes. We had, shout out to the new listeners, shout out to the new subscribers. We've had Javon Holland on the podcast. We've had Miles Gaskin on the podcast. Ran into Robert Hunt, Austin Jackson, Brandon Jones, ran into all them boys, right? But lately we've been having we had a little, not a back and forth, but we've been talking about Sandlot football and how he got to goal line stands and not letting people score and stuff. So then it sparked a memory. I'm like, yo, Kadeem, did you know I played on actually it was one of our listeners sparked this memory. Shout out to Darius Dahidi. So I played on a football team when I was younger, and we were undefeated and didn't score, and no team ever scored on us. So not only were we undefeated, but every game was a shutout. We pitched a shutout every single game. We ended up losing in like the Super Bowl or the game before the Super Bowl. I can't remember. But on this newspaper clipping, it says basically with Miramar Patriots, pride of the Patriots, no losses, no points. And in this article, it says the Patriots finished the regular season with a perfect 8-0 record, which included a tough 7-0 victory over the Carol City Chiefs last weekend. The only score of the game came on the first possession of the game when Miramar's Tyrone Myrick ran and scored, and Stephen Moss kicked the extra point. You can bring this down. Kadeem, bro. It sparked some memories, bro. There was one time I kind of got watery-eyed when Sherrod Steve came on the podcast, and he was like, "Yeah, we he's having a baby." You know what I'm saying? And we're like, "What?" You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that it was like, dang, that's crazy. We having memories here. So for you to start the show and say, like, what could be so special, right? So we just shared that newspaper clipping, and it said we only scored one touchdown in that division championship, and we won 7-0. Not only did we score one touchdown in that game, Kadeem, we got the person on the show today who scored that touchdown, bro. My teammate from Optimus Football, T, is in the building, the running back of that undefeated team, bro. What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good.
Bro, listen, so it's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy, Charlie Touche. Got my co-host, Kadeem Simmons, with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans. And we don't script nothing on the show. When I say we don't script anything, we don't say, hey, this is what we're going to talk about. Hey, don't say this. Hey, make sure we talk. We don't do none of that. So much so that when I reached out to you, T, I was like, hey, I got a Dolphins podcast. Do you think you could come on and chop it up with us? What did you say?
I say, shit, I've been watching you for a whole month now already before you even know, you know what I mean? So you don't even know how many fans you have, you know what I'm saying, already. So it was only right. It was an honor to me for you to even asked me to be on.
Bro, listen, I had no idea you listened to the podcast, bro.
Yeah.
No idea, right? So that's one thing. Two, I didn't even know you was a Dolphin fan. Dog got the Dolphin drip on display right now.
You know
Dog got the Dolphin drip on display right now.
Okay,
so
well
for the listeners, you know, I didn't want to water down the conversation that we could have on the podcast. So it's crazy how you reach out to somebody that you ain't spoke to in who knows how many years.
Right.
Bro, I think the last time we spoke probably had something to do with music.
Maybe.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I had to think. Maybe with music, maybe over 15 years ago.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, bro, it's nice to have you on the podcast. Before we talk about that team, though, let's talk about the Dolphins, man. It's the Dolphins podcast. We ain't trying to run nobody off with an optimist memory.
True.
But, so you got the Dolphin drip on, right? All the off-season Dolphin moves. What did you like the most about our off-season so far?
Of course, the heel move. Of course. But me, I'm a type of fan. I don't care what moves we make. That part of the business don't matter to me. I'm gonna ride with the Dolphins, whether it's me, you, and Kadeem playing. It don't matter who on the squad. I am a Dolphin fan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, I really don't pay attention to the moves and the makes and I just like to see them get out there and perform. Now for the wide receiver core that we have, I think we can go some places. You know what I mean?
We could go some places with the wide receiver core.
Yeah.
Is our O-line going to be good enough for Tua to get them the ball?
I believe so. You know what I mean? The O-line always been that Achilles heel for us. You know what I'm saying?
Like for the past 20 years, it feels like.
Exactly. So, you know what I mean? But I feel like with the speed, the ball has to come out 2 seconds to 1 second. It's going to be those slot routes, those quick hits, and just let them do what they do. You know what I mean? It's all up in the air right now for me.
Bro, this is crazy that you're on the podcast right now, bro. Like, it's kind of something that's a little bit more crazy is the fact that when you have, you got to come on, we got to get you set up for the podcast, and to not spoil anything and be like, dang, boy, how you been, bro? You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, let's save it for the show, you feel me? True, and then I didn't even introduce you to my dog, Kadeem, man. But Kadeem, this Kadeem, what's up, man? Y'all boys, what's up, man?
Yo, it's like I don't know if you've got this show in the US. In the UK, it's called something like This Is Your Life or something like that. And it's normally it's famous people when they're older, and the host goes through their life, and then they bring out guests, friends from the past, family members, people that they've lost contact with. And genuinely, this is probably the closest thing I'm ever going to get to this. Obviously I didn't bring you two together, but when you enter the studio and stuff like that, there was a genuine, like, I can tell you guys haven't spoken in a while, but like, I genuinely wanted to get everything on the podcast. Like, I wasn't trying to have you guys, catch up off backstage. Like, no,
right.
Everything for the podcast. And I understand it's a Dolphins podcast. Let's talk Dolphins. I'm not here for that. I'm here to talk about that undefeated team, how that was. I want to hear the story about, how good was Charlie? Like he was that guy.
Really and truly, let me tell you something. When I speak on that team to anybody else, or I bring that memory up, Charles was one of the hardest hitters on that team. Like, we had 3 go-getters who was gonna knock your head off no matter what. You know what I mean? And Irizarry was one of those. You know what I mean?
Put my government out there.
Yes. Because that's what Coach called them. You know what I mean? So we had, Leroy Bonelli, and then, like you say, we had Cornelius out there just knocking heads off. But man, when it comes to that team,
Donnie was on the team.
Donnie, oh man, and Donnie went out and played, went to play college ball and all, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So a lot of people
he went to San Diego State.
Yeah.
Look, hey, Kadeem, man, I tried to tell you, bro. Yeah. Look, Man, my bad. I cut you. I should have let you keep sliding, bro.
Nah, you was definitely one of those ones who, you know what I mean? When you come around that corner, you got to look for you. Most
Man,
definitely.
Hey, I appreciate that, bro. Listen,
Very quickly. Which current Dolphins defender best describes Charlie Touche on the field?
Oh man, I would like to say, because he was really small. We all were small, but he was, you know, we all just had a slender build. But when it came down to head hunting, right, I probably would give him that Zach Thomas go get. You know what I mean? Every play, 51, and his number was 51 at that. You know what I mean?
I think one of my teams, my number was 51. I 51? think the team that we went undefeated, I think I was 90. You know what I'm saying? So because we played on multiple teams, me and you, we played on, like, I want to say 2 or 3 teams together.
2 more, yeah.
And I showed you some of them pictures. I can't remember which team went undefeated, but I know it was one of those 3 that we showed the pictures of.
Right.
Again, I do appreciate that, and I'm a like, full disclaimer. Everybody's the same weight on the team, Kadeem. You know what I'm saying? Like, you either around the same age, same weight, something like that. If you don't make weight, you gotta play with the bigger people. You know what I'm saying? So I was not only weight, bro. When we had to weigh in for the games, they would just be like, just keep going. Like, don't even get on the scale. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta weigh in. You know what I'm saying? So to be like one of the smallest people on the small team, you know what I'm saying? I told you, and get ready to pull the team picture up if you can. I told you, like, it was always, I had brothers and sisters. The whole house was athletes. We were all competitive. And in the picture that Kadeem is about to pull up, we showed this picture in like the 2 episodes ago. And what I didn't point out, Kadeem, is in the top left, the second from the left, top left, the second person on the top left is my older brother.
Okay.
He was one of the coaches, bro. That's Frank. And you know what I'm saying? Like, so I know you be out that swab, T.
Right.
So while we're looking at this picture, top left, all the way to the left. Actually, I can't remember if it was Coach James was top left or top right. I forget the other one's name.
I slightly remember Coach James too.
Yeah, there was a, and I don't know if James was on the right or on the left. But the one on the left, all the way far left, he ended up he got shot, and he used to walk around with a cane. You remember that?
Right, yeah.
So dude got shot, and he was still coaching us.
He was still coaching, right.
And he came out with a cane. But all the way to the far right. Now it's a very, very, very blurry picture. We understand that. But right next to me with the glasses, number 90 is number 1, which is black. Named Cornelius. You know, he passed away. Shout out to Cornelius. But right behind Cornelius is who I think is T, because he got number 20 something on it. You feel me? We can't. We can't even make out the grainy picture.
Right, I can't either.
So, but I know Coach John Hernandez is dead smack in the middle, and to the right of him is Coach Jimmy.
Coach Jimmy.
Yeah. So you can close the picture, Kadeem. But yeah, man. So when we're talking about playing ball, it was like everyone's the same size. But my brother was one of my coaches, and he still coaches at Swap to this day. You know what I'm saying? So the thing was, I was always underestimated. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, I'm always the smallest on the team, always underestimated. I ended up getting hurt, and Kadeem won't let me live. You know what I'm saying? I ended up getting hurt, and I didn't play in the division championship game against Carroll City. Right? And I had this question for you for so long, bro. What do you remember from the Carroll City game, if anything, bro? You were the only person to score a touchdown in the game. Is there any memories you have from that game, bro? We're a little bit older now.
I have a few. It's a few probably faded off, but I definitely have a few of that first drive. You know what I mean? I know we came out with the energy we always come out with. Our coaching staff, like we had so many kids in our chant before the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Got us so fired up. So I remember that first drive, we ran the ball maybe like 4 times. You know what I mean? And that defense was hitting us, stopping us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they called a 27 sweep. 27 sweep. And that was the play that I broke out for the little 7-8 yards. And as soon as I touched the ball, I was high stepping like Dion because I knew I was in there. You know what I mean? 5 yards away from the goal, I'm high stepping. So that's like one of the biggest memories. And also too, like you say, when Niedermeyer stopped them at the goal line,
Yeah.
And the celebration after that, bro, that still, I haven't celebrated anything like that since that day. You know what I'm saying? Like that celebration was like a Super Bowl winning feeling. You know what I'm saying? And that was just the divisional round where we going next, you know? So I also remember like I broke a long run, maybe a 40-yarder, and got winded. And when they caught me, I landed on the ball, and all the air just sucked out of me. I'm just done. You know what I mean? You get up and you, you know, and I can remember walking to the sideline and it's still 7-zip, you know what I mean? From the first quarter on out to the end, you know what I mean? So that's one of the games to me that always stick. That game and the game that we lost. Those
Hold on,
two.
I'm gonna get there. We're gonna get there, bro. This is memory lane. We might have to name this episode memory lane, some way, some shape, some form. Bro, for you to remember the name of the play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro? You remember the name of the play. It lets me know I'm not tripping when I go down memory lane by myself. Like, dang, we had some pretty good teams we played on when we was younger. We had some pretty good games when we played on when we were younger. One of our listeners for the podcast said he went to college. He played high school ball, and there's no memories like his Optimist football teams. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So it's like, and if I'm being real with you, my brother went to college. My brother David went to college. He played high school ball, but his Optimist years, he actually a lot of stuff. It's like, dang, it's crazy how we hold on to these memories, bro. And that celebration. Everybody ran on the field. We had champagne, like it looked like champagne bottles, but it was apple ciders in the bottles.
Right.
We was shaking them up. Do you remember how we came out on the field in that game?
I think we came out with the chant, the 85 chant we used to do. I don't remember the whole chant, but we came out live.
I got something for you. I hope I can bring this back. Do you remember that was the only game of the season because it was special? Everybody from all over the city came out.
Right.
It was packed. It was an event. We had a tunnel. They built a tunnel for us, and they had the fire extinguishers when we ran out the tunnel.
With the smoke. True that. True that.
We came out with the smoke, Kadeem, like the hurricanes, bro. We came out the tunnel, and they had the fire extinguishers, and we ran out the tunnel with the smoke. And I was hurt, so I was the last one, but I still got to run out the tunnel. I still got to run out the tunnel, bro. Oh, that's crazy, bro. Listen. I maybe we shouldn't have did this on the podcast because ain't no telling where this is gonna go, man. But that's crazy. What you got something from Kadeem?
Okay, so to bring it back to Dolphins before we go back down to memory lane, there's been a lot of talk on the podcast and on other shows about which or how many running backs the Dolphins are going to carry this season, and I think it's only right, given you were the guy in that game to score that touchdown. What better Dolphins fan to tell us which running backs you like in this team and which ones you think will keep, on the team heading into the season?
Man, with our running backs since Ricky, I've been disappointed in the running back situation since Ricky. So I'm not even sure. I honestly can't give you an answer to that one because our offense is so inconsistent on what we actually are doing. I think every week it's a new wrinkle and it's something new. We haven't found an identity with an offense. So that, like, for me, it's just watch the game now. You know what I mean? Analyzing it and it's too much for me because up top, they doing too much moving for me. We can't even have a running back for 5 years, 4 years, a consistent beat. You know what I mean? It's always new faces. We haven't gotten that cohesive unit. So I can't call who I like and who I don't like. You know what I mean?
Bruh.
I'm just running with them fins. That's about that's
Bro,
about it.
it's healthier to just watch the game, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I promise, I was there before. Like I got to a point where I was a super fan and got emotionally damaged and wasn't walking around like right for 2-3 weeks after we didn't make the playoffs. Like dang, my whole life messed up right now. And then I got to a point in life, probably when I was taking off in music, where I was like, you know what? I'm focusing on me. You know what I'm saying? Like I could watch these games and just watch the game. You know, I still probably you still attached. You're a fan, but not as attached. And I just watch the games like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, we got to do better. So I'm gonna tell you when I got back to I'm sucked in again. And that was when Tannehill and Gase came, and we were supposed to like. I felt like it was two Tannehill teams where we were supposed to do something. And in the last 3 games of 2 seasons, we folded. Like, nah, this is unacceptable. So that's when I got sucked back in, and ended up flying to London, meeting up with Kadeem, met him in London, and I was like, all right, I'm locked in, bro. Like I can't. Maybe I need a girlfriend, bro. That might be what it is. You know what I'm saying? I need something to take my mind off of this. You feel me? So I could detach. But oh man, like I don't know, Kadeem, because I got other stuff for T, bro. What you got for him?
Okay, you know, obviously Brian Flores departs in a somewhat shocking move. What did you make of the Mike McDaniel hiring? And as you know, Dolphins fans, I'll say, you know, check your pulse. Are you excited by this hire?
I think I am, right? For the simple fact, I think when it comes to the business side of things and the likability, you know what I mean? I don't like to put like the race card and all of that in it, but the likability factor, I think he's able to access more tools and more benefits for the Dolphins, so to speak. So I'm excited to see what he has to offer for the Dolphins, like as far as locker room presence and that vibe of the Dolphins. How's the culture going to stick? You know what I'm saying, with the new regime coming in. That's what I'm excited for.
So Kadeem asked me maybe like 4 or 5 episodes ago. He plays soccer over there in England, and he wanted to know, when you drive in, are there fields that you could just go on, or do you have to? I think I forgot your real question, Kadeem. Did we have to reserve a field, or can we just put a pickup game together? Right?
Pretty much, yeah. We have like the special football pitches where basically it's a cage with goals. You pay money and you got it for an hour. And I wanted to know if that was the same in the States. You know, whether you guys and a few others could hire out a field, basically, or, you know, a football pitch where you can play for an hour or anything like that.
So when you said that the first time, Kadeem, I didn't catch that. Like, I didn't know you could actually just pay for it for a couple hours. Bro, had we had something like that here, it'd be easier to put together sandlot football games.
True.
But I don't think you understand how real football is in Florida, Kadeem. So I'm gonna just throw it to T for this one, bro. I'm pretty sure you had some classic sandlot football games, bro.
Oh yes, most definitely.
How significant was sandlot football in your childhood? Like, what are some childhood memories you have from sandlot football?
Oh wow, sandlot. I would say sandlot ball molded the attitude, that swag. You know what I mean? That man that you need. You know what I mean? The man that you wanted to be. Because in sandlot we played as the players that we like. You know what I mean? When we on defense, you Dion. You know what I mean? When you're on offense, you might be, you know, Michael Irvin or you know, one of the big Y's or Emmitt Smith. But you know, you was that player at that time. You mimicked every move. You know what I mean? And we didn't have YouTube and to rewatch them. We had to watch the game.
No kind of YouTube.
And see what they actually did to know the move. You know what I mean? So for me, it just got me tougher. As a kid, you know what I mean? It grew me up quick. We played with older, you know, in apartments around Miramar. We played with the older cats all the time.
Yeah.
So it just made me tougher and not scared, built my confidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So definitely Sandlot was a pivotal in childhood, in the adolescent years.
You know what? I just found this out the day that I reached out to you and asked if you could come on the podcast. I just found out that one of your best friends is my barber.
Barber, yeah. Find the barber, baby.
I had no idea, bro.
Yeah.
I had to call him. I'm like, bro, you know T, bro? He like, what's it, you know, he talk.
Yeah.
That bought my wedding. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? I had no idea y'all was homies.
Yeah, that's little bro, man. That's love from
How that came about?
Oh man, we met when he was 8 years old. 8 years old, out there at Swab playing basketball.
Yeah.
And a lot of my, brothers who I consider brothers now, we met either playing football or playing basketball. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That those two sports really, sports in a whole brings you, you know what I'm saying, is a universal language. I don't care where you from or whatever, if I go across the water and we get on the field,
yeah,
I'm gonna hold my own, Kadeem. I'm telling you that now. You know what I'm saying? It's no pressure, man. I'm baby Pele over here. You feel me? but it's definitely a link, man. And so we just rock from yay high to, you know what I'm saying, to now, bro. Until we gone. That's how it goes.
Do you remember Dustin Turnbull?
Yeah.
You remember Dustin?
Dustin was a problem at Miramar, man.
So how about this, Kadeem? One of these teams, Dustin Turnbull was like, he wasn't on every team that me and T was on, but he was on intermittent. I don't know his situation, but he didn't look like us. He had PPD. You know what I'm saying? He had PPD, pigmentation perception deficits. You feel me? But he was a dog. You feel me? Turns out Dustin's brother ended up making it in the NFL.
Right.
Nick Turnbull. I'm going to try to reach out to Nick Turnbull and see if he could come on the podcast. I think he played in the Super Bowl. I think he was in hey, if you could Google Nick Turnbull, Kadeem, whenever you get a chance. I think he was on that Bears team that played against the Colts in the Super Bowl.
The Colts, yeah, that year.
Yeah, Kadeem, bro. I know you thought I was just a cool little football dude, but I knew you didn't know it was this deep. I know you didn't know it was this deep, Kadeem.
Yeah, the river runs deep, boy.
So Nick Turnbull, Falcons, Bears, Falcons, Bengals, Falcons, and then went to CFL.
Did the Bears team? Did that Bears team go to the Super Bowl?
Let me double check. Colts played. Yeah, Colts Bears.
We affiliated, Kadeem. Like, and you out here thinking you can wrap me up, and my friends are like football players. Like, Kadeem, you think you can line up against me, bro? And I'm about this. I told you I'm about this, like, Kadeem.
Say what you just said. You're what? Sorry.
I said my friends.
There we go. So it's not you. It's not you. Okay. T, I've got two questions for you.
All right.
So Charlie makes it seem. So I'm a journalist by nature. That's my job. So sometimes I ask questions and Charlie's like, yo, Kadeem, relax. Like, you don't need to be as heavy hitting. So I apologize if I've asked anything a bit too out there. But your hat, swab up. I don't know what it stands for. I don't know if it's an acronym or anything like that. So that's the first question.
Right.
Actually, first question, and I'll get to the second question after.
All right. Yeah, swab up is an acronym for So We All Ball Under Pressure, which is my clothing line, sports fitness wear that I'll be launching in a few months. You know what I mean? So just trying to give you a little previews of what's coming.
So, if Charlie's acting a fool in a podcast, I say, swab up. Is that, can I say that, or is that the completely wrong context?
Oh no, you can say it because it's for all sports. So you can't ball unless you're balling under pressure. You know what I mean? Everybody say they ball, but true ballers ball under pressure. So that's our motto. So we live by that.
True
And
ballers
we've been
swab up,
saying
Kadeem.
this for years.
True ballers swab up. Here's the thing, Kadeem. I don't have to swab up. I'm from Swab. You feel me? Like I am Swab. You feel me?
There
like,
you go.
We
You are
Swab.
Swab. There you go.
Like, bro, you can't do this, Kadeem. Like, you can't. Not on this one. You feel me? Like, so to be even more clear, Swab is a area in Miramar.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. So Carroll City is one city away from Miramar, and the road that divides Carroll City and Miramar is County Line Road.
County Line Road, baby.
All right. So literally, Rick Ross' neighborhood was a minute and a half from my neighborhood where I grew up, and where I moved to in Miramar, it was like 4 miles away, literally. Right. So then that's where Swab is. Swab is like a subsection of Miramar. You know
Zone 2. It's Zone 2 in Miramar.
So you had different Optimist football teams, and Miramar Optimist was an Optimist, Swab was an Optimist, and then you had other cities that don't matter because they're not Miramar. You feel me? Yeah. Like it don't matter. But you can't do this on this episode, Kadeem.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
You're not getting away with this one. Hey, let's get back to the Dolphins though, man.
So I had another question.
My bad. Go ahead.
That's cool. It's clear that this episode you are the pod. I wouldn't say champion, but like you outperformed. You got that orange jersey. So obviously the Dolphins have it. The best guy in practice gets to DJ. The next session. What 3 songs are you playing for the pod? I'm a bit of an R&B guy. I've been told you can't play R&B when you're training. I disagree. But what 3 songs are you playing?
Oh man, I like. Give me Tupac. Ambitions as a Rider. Yeah. Let me get I probably will go to like some Sade, Ordinary Love.
Oh, so we got slow jams.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. What did I say? What did I say? Thank you.
Yeah. And for 3, maybe some old school Dr. Dre, Keep Your Head Ringing.
So hold on. Sade is it's a slow jam, but it's like jazz though. That's like
it's smooth jazz.
It's not R&B though, Kadeem. Like it's not Pony
but
from
it fits,
Genuine, bro.
It fits in his category where you're right, Kadeem. You can train to a slow song. I agree with you on that.
Hey, bro, you don't have to do that, bro. Like do that off the air, bro. Don't give him no points. Bro.
I gotta give him something now because I feel him on that.
I ain't gonna lie, Sade, you could get away with Sade at a practice though. Like it's a vibe. Sade is a vibe.
Right.
Sade is not Boys to Men. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Boys to Men. You know what I'm saying? But that's literally jazz, bro. That's not R&B. So it's kind of a gray area. I don't appreciate what you did there, Kadeem, because that's not really slow jams. It's a whole different genre, bro. It's a whole different genre.
Listen, I just asked the question. He gave the answer. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, what we got for this season, T? What are the Dolphins' expectations?
Man, I'm looking like what we have, the weapons that we have, the new core. The only thing I think will slow us down is getting it all together. You know what I mean? So I think the first 5 games may be rough, but we should be 12-5. We should be 12-5 with like no problem. I believe that. You know what I mean? With the weapons, how the league is playing.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Why not 12-5? And
that's
make
playoffs
some runs,
right there, bro.
man.
That's playoffs.
You know what I mean?
12-5 is playoffs.
That's and we can say we be this close away every time. You know what I mean? We either start off slow or end slow. So I'm ready for some consistency. You know what I mean?
Any expectations you have, like, you know what, that might be under the radar? What's a under the radar expectation for the Dolphins you might want to put out there? Like, hey, watch out for this. This might happen this season.
This might be like far-fetched for it, but I think Tyreek Hill might do something on his punt return vibe. I don't know. I just feel like they may try to pull a trigger because they have so much speed. Like that speed is impeccable. And if you have it, right, if you have the fastest man on the field at all times, why not put him at that position where only take one move to break down one and then I'm gone. You know what I mean?
Right,
so I feel like we should look out for that special teams to be special. That's what I think. That's going to be my expectation.
Bro, excuse me. The drip is impeccable, bro. I don't know where you got that jacket, bro. The vintage, like I'm not fashion forward no more. You know what I'm saying? I kind of shift my focus, but you came on the podcast. If we're giving out superlatives, you got best dressed for sure.
I couldn't slip. Listen, I said, man, listen, I'm on TV. Mama, I'm on TV. So I had to just pull out a little something for the closet though. Ain't nothing.
So talking about the way dressing and everything and putting it into the terms of the Dolphins, how you feel about the throwback uniforms? You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like the throwback uniforms should be permanent? Do you like the uniforms we got now? Kadeem rocking the 89 right there.
I personally, I think we need to change it up. I think that'll bring like a new attitude to it. A few years ago, maybe 5 years ago, I pitched to the Dolphins a blackout as what the Marlins, basically what the Marlins color scheme is now, you know what I mean?
Right.
And nothing moved, but I think if we do a blackout, it'll bring some fire. It'll bring some fire to the look. I feel like we already have one of the softest mascots, when you say the Dolphins, you know what I mean? Like we are smart in the sea, and the dolphin thing, but we couldn't with sharks. I mean, we have it's plenty of vicious. You got to be vicious on the field. Yeah, I think we need a vicious mascot.
Bro, you just sparked something, because I'm thinking. Here's my thing. I think there's teams and franchises that you cannot ever touch. Green Bay's uniform is Green Bay's uniform.
Yes.
Pittsburgh's uniform is Pittsburgh's uniform. Let's be real. Pittsburgh got what, like 6 rings? You know what I'm saying? Green Bay is the first dynasty ever. You know what I'm saying? You have a couple of those teams that we can't touch this. The Raiders,
Cowboys.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't do it. And I always felt like the Dolphins were one of those, but we got so far away from our history. You know what I'm saying? That we became, and I know Sherrod Steve was on the last episode and he said, like, we're not in the bottom half when we have our history. I'm like, yeah, we have our history, but the past 30 years, there's no history. Right. You know what I'm saying? So although I would like to go back to making the throwbacks our permanent uniform, when you just said what you said, I'm like, I never thought of a new uniform though. You know what I'm saying? Not saying the all black because we in Florida, but I'm thinking like, yo, what if we just get some new uniforms instead of just keep trying to go all the way back to the throwback? But I would prefer the throwbacks over these, but I never considered like, oh, we can still switch it up a little bit. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Charlie, question for both of you, but I'll start with Charlie. It's what, 50 years since undefeated season?
This is the 50th year.
Yeah. Would it not have made sense to, at least for this one season, go throwback? Like celebrate 50 years, go throwback.
So I think there's a rule. There's a uniform rule in the NFL.
I think it's like by February, you need to basically say if you're going to make a change. But surely, even if there is a rule, I would have liked to have thought that the Dolphins could have said to the NFL, listen, we understand the rule, but 50 years on, allow us to have the throwbacks for this year. Yeah. Like, and especially the way the NFL works, money. It's Dolphins fans would have gone mental for that. Crazy. So, if other teams and their players can break rules, this one actually benefits the NFL, benefits the Dolphins. T, what do you think? Or, should that be a thing?
I definitely agree with you. And then now that you say it's the 50th anniversary, it even gives me more confidence that the Dolphins will do very well this season. You know what I mean? It's like it's almost written, because they're never going to give away that perfect season. I don't think any team's going to ever get that in my lifetime. I just don't believe that. I always believe that the Dolphins do what they do to make sure that record is in that bank. You know what I mean? So to be the 50th year of that record, this is a year that Dolphins fans will be like proud of. I feel that deep.
So I disagree. I think 2 years ago, Kansas City is always in the like, yo, Kansas City, boy, are they ever gonna lose a game? Like not last year, but a couple Kansas City teams. But I think just the way the league is going, more offense. The rules are surrounded by offense. It's the offensive game. I don't know. I think someone's gonna do it, but whatever. How about this? The NBA. I don't know if you guys remember. NBA they had a rule where the whole team had to wear the same sneakers.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Or the same color sneakers that was close to the team's team. And then they just lifted it, which it seems like 4 years ago. And next thing you know, it's probably like 10 because time flies. But recently it feels like they lifted that rule. And now you see all kind of different colored shoes on the court. Same thing with the NFL. You have to have team colored shoes that match the uniform. You know what I'm saying? Cleats. My thing is there's a rule, and I don't know what the rule is, the uniform rule, but I think it's whatever your uniform is, you can wear your alternatives like twice a year. You know what I'm saying? So whatever our alternatives are, that's why you see the Dolphins maybe 4 times at the most. I can't really remember what the rule is, but I think you could wear the throwbacks like 4 times a year at the most. So the rule is it's not like we could just go ahead and throw the throwbacks on every week. But I don't know why that's a rule. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is what it is, man. Listen, we about to get into bonus time, bro. Come on over to bonus time with us, T. We're gonna chop it up a little bit more, bro. You got something before we go to bonus time, Kadeem?
I know you said earlier that perhaps we should have done this off air, and not because it's a bad episode, but to me, this is just one of those conversations where I genuinely would have just backed away, been in the background, and just let you two just chop up about those teams, because it's you can't script that. It's I'm not trying to even as a journalist, I'm still lost for words. It's just a beautiful moment to see you two laughing and joking about those teams and stuff like that. And I ain't trying to make Charlie quiet or anything like that, but no, this will genuinely go down as one of my favorite episodes of all time. And I've got some, we've spoken to Javon Holland, but this one up there 100%. So thank you.
Listen, this means a lot, man. I never thought I would ever have a podcast one. You know what I'm saying? And then to meet someone like Kadeem across when I was in London, and to have the actually have the podcast is another thing. Then for it to be a successful podcast to where people are commenting and checking us out, subscribing, we appreciate all the listeners and Go Time Dolphin fans. You feel me? Last but not least, to actually incorporate one of my favorite childhood memories ever into the podcast of an undefeated football season on a football podcast was another thing. This, to have a teammate from that team on the podcast, like, come on, man. Like, bro, listen, this is gonna go down in history for me. We about to get into bonus time, bro, and we're gonna chop it up with T some more, see what he remembers from the Northside game that we lost, that made us more of the Patriots instead of the undefeated Dolphins. But look, man, y'all stay positive, test negative for Kadeem Simmons and T. I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time. Already.
They mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. Go. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Go. Don't waste no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time.
Before we talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, I believe NFL rules state that a team can wear alternate / throwback jerseys 3 times or a maximum of 3 times a season. So yeah, that's why the Dolphins, don't wear them as much as fans want to. And I think we're now coming up to 5 years since the Dolphins last changed their uniform. And when they changed it, they basically made the orange a bit more orange. That's the only thing they really did.
And then even before that, they kind of just tweaked it a little bit too. And then before it's like they changed it like 2-3 times with the same Dolphin that we have now. And then before that, it was this one and it was kind of, we had the blue alternative. I think you have a Zach Thomas blue, don't you, Kadeem?
I've got a Jason Taylor blue, a Zach Thomas orange. But yeah, 2016 they made the change, I believe. And again, it was so small. Like they were like, brand new uniforms. Everyone was like, you changed the orange. Like, we're not stupid. So
not only do they change it, like the teal, the aqua is not the traditional aqua.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
They hyped it up.
That's what I want. I want the aqua back. You know what I'm saying? I want your jersey right there, Kadeem. That's what I want. Even if I would be happy with this, bro. If we had those colors, which Kadeem is rocking, for everybody listening to the audio version of the podcast, Kadeem is rocking the throwback, and it has his last name on it, although he would never be decent in football. But shout out to your jersey, bro. Listen, I want those colors with a new logo. You know what I'm saying? With a new uniform, but those colors. And I feel like, Stephen Ross feel like, hey, we invested way too much money into this teal or aqua, whatever you want to call it is now. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at Hard Rock Stadium, all the seats are this color now too.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? So now we got a whole $1 billion practice facility with this teal all over the place. So Dolphin fans, y'all could really don't get what's the word? Like,
don't get your hopes up.
It's not happening. It ain't happening. Don't get your
hopes up, yeah.
Don't get your hopes up. You about to say something?
We need a revamp, though, man. I think that'll really just amp the fans up. At least me. I'm tired of seeing the same that same look. You know what I mean? There's teams out there that's done changed looks and keep it similar, but like the Atlanta Falcons, when they change their look, it doesn't make you play better, but it looks better. You know what I'm saying? It just, for me, I'm tired of seeing that plain white, all white. You know what I mean? I know we down here is hot, but I got a question for you, Kadeem. How many night games do we play this season coming up? How many night games? If we have a schedule up.
I think it's 3, isn't it?
I think it's 1 night game, actually.
1?
I think it's just 1. The Thursday night game.
Actually, yeah.
So
wait, because I think we got a Monday night too. We got a Thursday night and a Monday night, I think. So
let's say for 2 games, can we have a blackout jersey? That's what I would like to see. Black it out. Let's get some campaign going for the whole stadium to be in black, teal, and orange, and that'll just bring a whole new vibe. I believe. You know what I mean? Colors make a big difference.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm trying to pull up this jersey that someone mocked up on Twitter. But even to your point, bro, it could be in a way dome game. You see what I'm saying?
True.
Because if we're playing in the dome, the heat doesn't matter. You could wear your alternative black in a dome. I don't know how much I'm really feeling this black thing that you got going on, T. But you, my dog, I'll ride with it for now. But there's a gray uniform that I'm like, yo, I'm trying to find it. It was on Twitter. See if we can get it up before the show ends. But it is one of the dopest mock-ups I've seen of a Dolphins uniform alternative, which is great. But yeah, man, what you got, Kadeem?
Anything you want to discuss? Like, this is you two. Go ahead and talk. Say what you have to say while you guys just talk about anything. I'm gonna try and find that great uniform. So,
all right. Hey, what you remember about the? All right, let me just set the stage again, bro. I got one of my teammates from our undefeated Optimist football season on the podcast with me. We went undefeated, never gave up a point. Every game we played, we won, and it was a shutout we pitched. And then we lost to Northside.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Do you remember it was the Super Bowl or the game before the Super Bowl?
It was the game before.
Okay.
The game before the Super Bowl.
What do you remember about that game?
Oh man, I remember traveling way out somewhere we never been before. With Coach, I think it was in Coach Jimmy Van. I traveled with him, and then I remember getting my knee hurt in that game. You know what I'm saying? It might be like 4 plays in, and I remember Tremaine throwing that first pick to my godbrother Darnell Jenkins, who went and played for the Houston Texans and played for the Patriots. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. So you got a godbrother
that
played against us.
Yes.
That ended up playing for the Texans.
He scored both of the touchdowns.
Hey, I'm just saying, Kadeem, did you catch that?
I did.
Okay, I just need you to know we in good company, bro. But that's all I'm saying.
Man.
So they scored 2 touchdowns, right?
Right.
And I remember
both was off picks. Pick 6.
Hold on. Wait. I remember the first touchdown was a interception. I thought it might have been a fumble, but all I remember from the first touchdown was it wasn't on the defense. That's what I remember. Like none of the
touchdowns was on defense.
No, I can't go for that. You telling me? Hold on. Listen. You telling me? And I know there was 2 touchdowns in that game. You telling me both of them was against our offense?
Yep.
So you're telling me the defense never surrendered a point?
Never surrendered the whole season. The whole season.
Hold on.
I didn't get scored on.
Hold on. I'm gonna do one better for the podcast. Like, look. Let's do this. I'm about to call my mom. True story. I never did this ever. We gonna see. Hold on. Let's see what happens here. Ain't no telling what this woman about to say. This could be bad. This could be bad. Look, listen. Hey, let's see if OG pick up. OG Kush. Dang. Oh, girl, not picking up. Dang, all right. My mom ain't pick up, but I know she. You know what? Let's call my brother. He was the coach. Hold on, let's see if he remember. Hold on. One more time. This don't make for good podcasting, but this we get some good results out of this. Hold on.
As you call him, we talk way too much. Like trying to find one picture or one link that we sent each other, impossible. It's impossible.
One link?
Yeah, like I'm trying to find that grey Dolphins uniform that someone made.
Yeah.
Harder than I thought it was, but yeah, it's going to be so difficult to find. So difficult because we send each other a lot of stuff, a lot.
Dang, bro! Like my brother always pick up the phone. That's crazy. Like you.
Please leave your.
That's crazy, man. We recorded on the podcast. I can't get nobody on the podcast, bro. But anyway, I know I remember that first touchdown was against our offense, but I wasn't sure if we completed the whole season without a touchdown at all because I thought they ended up scoring on us anyway. But I do remember that second touchdown. It was deflating. Like, dang, we're not gonna win.
Yep.
I was on the sideline like, yo, we're really not gonna win this game, bro.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. When did you realize that our defense never got scored on? At what point of the season did you become aware to it?
I think we may have played. I want to say like maybe Iowa State or somebody like that.
I was just about to say Iowa State, bro.
I think they
it was 20. We beat them 22-0.
And then it was like that's when Coach them was really on that. Oh, we ain't gonna get scored on, and us. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I realized, God.
It's funny because it's coming back. Not only did we beat Iowa State 22-0, that was the first time we was in the newspaper. So we were in the newspaper and they had us in line shaking hands. And I remember like that was when the hoopla came, but it still didn't register. I thought it was just, oh, the Patriots are a good team. Look out for these kids. They're coming. It didn't register that we were in the paper because no one ever scored on us. You know what I'm saying? So when I got hurt in practice and it was a fumble at Forzano. You know, I don't know if you know that there's no, it's like all soccer fields now at Forzano.
Right.
So shout out to Sherman Circle. So it was a fumble in practice, and someone was late to the pile, and like play was kind of basically over, and I got pushed, and I fell back on my elbow, and I hyperextended my elbow. It went the wrong way. And once I got hurt, I was more on the sideline now. So now I'm on the sideline. I could hear like the parents talking more. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not in the game. I'm watching the game, but I could hear, you know what I'm saying? Oh, can you get me some Skittles from the concession stand type stuff? You feel me? And that's when I kind of peeped. Like people was talking about, I had no idea that we didn't give up a point. I'm talking about we 6 games into the season.
Deep into the season,
you know
right?
So we 6 games into the season. I had no idea that we didn't give up a point yet.
I'm telling you, man, that was a squad. We had, like I said, we had so many kids that we had to split that team up into an A and B team.
Yeah, it was A, B team,
you know what
B
I mean?
team. Yeah.
So, man, that talent coming from that squad right there, like I say, a lot of them went on and did big things.
Dang, that's crazy. I remember Donnie went to San Diego State. But
yeah, man.
Look, man, hey, unless you got something else, Kadeem.
Say again, say?
I was about to get up out of here unless you got something else.
Yeah. Because I am that guy and I am good at what I do.
He found it. He found it. Oh man, hey, nah, I retract my black, and I'm gonna go with the gray. I like that.
You see what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah, I like that.
Like that gray go hard.
That's
bro.
Cool
like,
breeze right there. I like that.
And do you see what's going on to the right of the screen, Kadeem? Is there a way we could get those pictures over there?
I was just about to get there.
Oh. So for everyone listening to the audio version, just listening to what we're talking about and saying, there's a mock-up of Tua Ningamano Olipola Tagovailoa in the mock-up grays, the Dolphin gray alternative uniform. Obviously, we don't have an alternative gray, but someone mocked this up. I wish we could give them the credit, but someone photoshopped this gray. It is extremely hard. It's extremely hard. It's tough. It's a tough look. It has the throwback helmet, the throwback logo, but with gray top, gray pants, and it's tough. It's real tough.
I think it's at Jam Dav 46. He seems to be the one who has done these. What do you prefer, the gray and the green, or the gray and the orange? Because
gray and orange.
Gray and orange.
The teal was not hitting. Like it was not the right. I can't rock with that other gray, that other teal. But gray and orange is where it's at. Can we get the one where he's on the logo? Can you get that over there, Kadeem? Dang, that's in there, bro.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
That's in there.
I mean, man, we need something, man. Give me something new.
And I kind of like the idea of the new alternative uniform coming back with the old logo. Like that makes sense. Like at least give us something from the old logo and the old colors. Look, man, this could be another hour and a half episode, T, bro. We're gonna have to chop it up on the phone or something. Hey. I had no idea you knew Pine, bro. I had no idea you knew Pine. I see Pine every week to get my haircut. Like every week I see this man. You know what I'm saying?
I already know.
And it's funny because y'all like kind of act like he's I could it makes sense now.
That's my baby brother, I'm telling you.
But hey, you into music in any way? Because I know we talked maybe.
Yeah, I've backed off of that. You know what I'm saying? As far as me being an artist, you know what I'm saying? But as far as, producing and writing and all of that, we still, music don't die. That's never go in. So
yeah,
if you still into it and all that, we can get together and do something, bro.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of your music too when you started out.
Man,
you feel me?
Hey, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate someone humble. Like I was never like I always like Outkast, always like Erykah Badu. And when I got my deal, that was the first time like I had to focus on the craft, and then I didn't keep up with the game, like the artists who like, oh, I didn't hear the new Erykah Badu yet, right? And someone you might know, Trav Falcone?
Nah.
You don't know Trav? He a singer.
Nah.
He from Memoir too. So Trav had said this, and it was like, dang. And I made a couple songs with Trav, and shout out to Jason Derulo. He's from Memoir too. Kadeem, we out here, man.
Yeah.
We out here. So Trav had said, look, man, like bro, you've been on the radio. I'm just trying to get one song on the radio. And I never considered it like that. I never for a second even looked at it like that. You know what I'm saying? But man, look, man, this episode was everything for me, bro. I appreciate you coming on. I got your number now. We're gonna top it up, bro.
Most definitely, man. We
You already know what time it is, man.
What's love?
Appreciate you.
Yo.